The breaking news out of the NFL that we kind of almost talked about this, we had some people on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, say this about how, like, just walk, dude, just get out of there. And it has come across the line, I think, Danny, you found this, that Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys and sent his request to Stephen Jones in person.
Yeah, Micah Parsons put the Notes app up on Twitter, and it's a couple pages long, and basically he just puts the Cowboys in a blender, airs out all the dirty laundry, like, hey man, we were trying to get a negotiation done last year, when I was the best defensive player in football, and there was nothing. And then, I did have a discussion with Jerry Jones, and I told him, like, hey, this is all great and good, but you need to talk to my agent. They have not talked to David Mulugeta, who is his agent, probably the most powerful agent in the NFL right now. He gets the biggest deals done. He is the power broker now. He is the Rosenhaus of this generation, and there's been no back and forth. There's been no engagement, and it's like finally Micah said, I don't want to be here. And the last line of his Notes app reads,
I don't want to be here either, bro.
I'll read the last paragraph. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I've made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. I don't think that means he sent in the paperwork of I want to trade. I think he went to Stephen Jones, went to the Cowboys facility
down the hall,
and said, I'm out, dog.
Here's the thing, though. Back to our conversation we had in the first hour, though, about players caving. Do you really see Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons?
Well, immediately, Diana Rossini said, sources say that the Cowboys are entertaining no trading.
No. Like, Swag, you know the Cowboys. You and Joe Fish know the Cowboys better than anyone around here. There's no way he trades them. Even like a Herschel Walker deal, I don't think gets Micah Parsons out of the building.
No, but I don't know how he gets this back.
How Jerry gets it back,
this is no
or how
longer
Micah
about
gets
money.
it back?
This is personal now.
Yeah.
How who gets it back, Jerry or Micah,
Jerry
or
and
both?
Stephen Jones. Micah's, as far as I can tell, Micah's out.
Yeah. This is not read like
he will hold out. He will come back. I don't know if it's week 9 or 10 or whenever you have to come back to
get your salary,
get your service.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he cares about necessarily the money. It's the service
years
time,
of
so
service,
that
yeah.
his contract counts for next year and he can become a free agent.
And Adam Schefter and others have all tweeted out this. The Raiders went through this with Khalil Mack. It didn't get quite as blustery or as nasty as this did. And the Raiders ultimately obviously traded Khalil Mack to the Bears. And they're using that as like a compensation package. If you remember that trade, when Khalil went to the Bears, the Raiders received a 2019 first, which turned into Josh Jacobs. Pretty good. Another first-round pick, which turned into Damon Arnett, which did not turn out well. A 6th-round pick, which was traded, and then a 3rd-round pick that was wide receiver Bryan Edwards. In return, the Bears received Khalil Mack, a 2nd-round pick, which turned into Cole Kmet, pretty damn good, and then a 7th-round pick for an offensive tackle named Arlington.
Not
Hambright.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Yeah. But like again, that's a lot of capital going back and forth. But also, Khalil was 2 years older.
I also have to imagine Micah Parsons gets a lot more than that.
I don't know if it's a lot. Dude, Khalil Mack in his prime was.
Oh, I agree.
This.
I agree. But Micah Parsons is, maybe what's the best way to put this? Maybe Micah Parsons is not the best defensive player in the NFL, but he is the most flashy, the most notarized in the NFL right now.
Khalil Mack was a defensive player of the year.
Oh, I understand that.
But as I'm saying, like I don't think you're getting much more. But also, this is a massive return.
But this is where I'll clap back where the star does matter. Is the star on Micah Parsons has made Micah Parsons bigger than Khalil Mack.
Yeah, and again, he's 2 years younger, but I don't think you're
2 years younger, and
that's the part.
I think Micah needs to get into the right defensive scheme because he's not
as big
large.
as Khalil.
So
yeah.
if your middle linebackers or if your linebackers are expected to stuff the run, then he may not necessarily be the guy. But if you want him out there, let him free roll and get after quarterbacks.
Cause havoc.
Yeah.
There's very few that are better at it than he is, especially coming on the backs. He'll track down somebody from the backside. Like
he's
a running back.
He's a freak athlete.
It's amazing. And so, but I don't think there's any coming back. If he plays for the Cowboys this year, it will be at the very last minute simply to get his time served for the year. And he's walking, and that's it. And so now the question becomes,
Is
and
this
that's why he went to Stephen Jones. He didn't go to Jerry. He went to Stephen Jones. He said, nope, you guys blew your shot. I'm done with this garbage.
talk to the rational person in the room?
Well, also to make sure that, and the other problem now is if the Cowboys come out and try to claim that they've reached out to the agent,
Oh, but we know Mulugeta will torch the earth. We know how he operates.
They better be able to document it, just not say it. They'll get eviscerated.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, because I've like quit jobs, or I've like come home being like, I'm quitting that job tomorrow. What's Micah feel like right now?
Probably
His adrenaline is probably through the roof.
He's probably like
he's left the facility. He's not at practice anymore.
He's not just pissed. He's probably hurt.
Yeah.
Like that's what Swag said. The personal part of this, like T. Higgins, and Terry McLaurin, like all the guys, Trey Hendrickson. I don't think it.
The Bengals, you have to do that to because they're notoriously cheap and they don't want to spend cash. They're not cash rich, which is part of the problem in guaranteeing contracts because you have to put it up in an escrow if you don't pay them up front.
So that part of it is always.
That's part of how you have to deal with the Bengals.
And even then, like Trey he's trying to like, all right, dude, I'll come back. Like he's trying. It's not personal. Like that's the thing is like we talked about this the other day. On the media side of things, negotiating contracts. It's not show business. It's not show friends. It's show business. Like even if you have those relationships and they're close and all those kind of things, that's why you have an agent so that it doesn't get personal because the agent is there to advocate on your behalf, good, bad, or otherwise, whatever the other side of the room says, because that's the business side of this. But Jerry has done so much in public. Whether what if he gets hit by a car and
Michael.
Calling him Michael, and it's just like, oh my God, and it's just all the stupid things. I want him to be here. I don't want him to be here, and it's just like it gets to a point where Micah's clearly had enough, and then you start to wonder, okay, and yes, you're saying the Cowboys can never trade him. I think you have to at this point.
Well, I think you have to too. I just don't think Jerry will. It's like I was just thinking in my head, what if this is actually the moment
that breaks Jerry?
That teaches him a lesson, that teaches him like, hey man, your curmudgeon old man ways aren't going to work.
Irsay used to be like this.
He did used to be that way.
I mean, he had the one with the running back. I'm totally blanking on his name right now.
Edge?
No.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor. Remember, he brought up the whole, what if he gets hit by the car thing?
Yeah.
Crazy old owners and getting hit by cars. It's like,
crazy old white people convincing me not to pay young black kids. Shocking.
But it's also like, You hear other people talk about Irsay, and like after he passed, like he battled his demons, all those kind of things. But they liked him, they rode for him, they loved him, all those kind of things. Like, but Jerry, man, like it feels like I dealt with this with the Raiders. Al at the end, he was gone, and it was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, Jerry's so far down that path. I don't know if there is a redemption there. I don't know if he can learn. But I think Micah might legitimately be so pissed he's never playing for that team again.
Well, one thing to keep in mind here on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, if you trade for him, you have to re-sign him, which is going to be an enormous cap number, and you only get 1 year on the current number. That impacts the trade value from both sides, as if it costs a couple number ones, it also costs the ability to re-sign other players or sign free agents. 2 firsts is probably about right. I agree. I mean, yeah, it completely changes everything, but I think there are some teams that are in such a win now mode that they'd be easily willing to do that. 2 firsts and sign him to a long-term fat deal. Hell, what if Micah trolls the Cowboys and takes even a little bit of less money just to stick it?
I would laugh.
I think everybody would. And that might be what breaks Jerry.
I think
that might be what breaks Jerry.
You want to know what the most crippling thing is let's say he doesn't get traded and he does the minimum service thing and he comes in week 9, week 10, whatever that is, and then in the offseason he signs a discount deal with the Eagles and the Commanders.
Yeah, dude.
Goes to your rival and just terrorizes you for the next 6 years.
Dude, jumps on that Eagles defense. Ooh, nasty.
Just pure filth. Pure filth.
Twice a year
in your building once a year.
Twice a year. He convinces the guys to throw the game at the end of the year so the Cowboys get the 5th seed instead of the 6th seed, and then go on the road to Philly instead of on the road to like Green Bay.
Yeah.
He's like, no, guys, we want to lose this game. Trust me.
Hi, boys.
But-
I'm back.
But home field advantage is at stake. No. We're gonna lose this.